Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents G.I. Joe Tuesday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the G.I. Joe Classified Series number 69, Cobra Arctic B.A.T. Let's get into it! Let's start things off with a look at the packaging. And here on the top flap here, fore and up, a hook hole. Warning, no stick things in your pie hole that do not belong there. Plastic-free packaging, except tape and glue. Then on the top, very top, G.I. Joe Classified Series, and it is embossed, as well as in white, because it's Arctic. No, it's always in white. But anyway, on the front here, we have a nice, I'm going to assume that this is not a digital render, that this is actual product photography. Because of the way it looks. And then we have, this is probably digital renders of the accessories. And then some more nice artwork over here in this panel. G.I. Joe Classified Series, and again, that's all embossed. Cobra Arctic B.A.T. Cobra Hasbro. On the bottom, just in case you forgot, plastic-free packaging. Small fine legalese print, made in China print, symbols I'm not going to learn, and a barcode. Then on this side, some nice artwork of the Arctic B.A.T. G.I. Joe Classified Series number 69. None of that is embossed. And going around to this side from the front, the stripes of G.I. Joe carry around, and it is embossed. And even where it fades out here, it's still embossed. So there we have Cobra number 69. A thing you can scan, and it kind of gives you some of his file card here. Now that they are gone, I kind of miss the full panel file card doodads. But this is cool too, that you can scan it and get all this information as well pretty easily. On the back of the packaging, he's number 69, and I know there's some jokes in there. Cobra Arctic B.A.T. This shows he stands at 6.5 inches or 167 millimeters. And this looks like all digital render of the figure and his accessories. Digital render here of his hand, digital render here of the alternate head, or maybe the primary head. Just depends on how you look at it. And then here again, the symbols for his file card information. Warning, attention, Noctoon, don't stick things in any language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to babies. Attention, especially don't stick it in your French pie hole. Then we have parents, GIJoe.com, and small fine legalese print, made in China print. Recycle this stuff, I guess, and Hasbro and that thing, and assortment number. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And here we have some handy dandy tweezers. Let's start with a look at the accessories. And here's his sidearm. And nothing new there. Port in the barrel for blast effects, I would guess. I don't have any of my G.I. Joe blast effects out at the moment, so we can't test that out. So, there's his sidearm. Here is the only arm attachment he comes with. A chainsaw. Really cool looking, nice silver paint apps on it. Exhaust pipe even. And here we have the battle damaged chest plate. And the Cobra logo chest plate. and the new armored and padded and pouched chest plate. And then you can see the parts where it fits over the actual parts in the chest there, and it's molded like that. So very cool. Then we have the standard BAT backpack. Nice molded details, all molded in color. It's got a spot here, here, or ports, and here. And then also post on the back that ports into his back. Here is one of the other heads, the alternate head. Arctic polarized. But I will have to say the white and the grays and then the polarized faceplate, it actually looks really, really good, in my opinion. Of course, your mileage may vary. And the last accessory is this nice sniper rifle. It does have a port in the end for blast effects. Looks like it has a suppressor there on the end. And just nice molded details. This nice splash of white on it. And then my only real issue with it is the strap and the way it's molded, and it just, I don't know, it feels odd. There may be poses where that looks really, really cool, and then there's going to be times when you've got it strapped around him and it looks really, really dumb. Oh, I forgot, the suppressor does come off, so there is that. I did forget that it does that. And then it's got a bipod here on the front that moves up and down. Well, let's take a look at the figure himself. And as you can see, I've got the new bat head on it, which I think looks pretty cool. But I still haven't made up my mind whether I'm going to use this head or the other head on it, just to kind of, I don't know, match them up a little bit. Even though in my last review of a bat, which was Crimson Bat, I did ask for different heads, and the Arctic Bat finally answered that. And then, you know, he's molded mostly in white. He's got some silver here. It's got this nice, I don't know, polar blue inside the chest cavity there. And some silver around the top of the boots and across the feet here. And then a nice silver paint app across here. And then the neck also. Nice silver paint app. And then paint apps, silver paint apps on the face. I think it's molded all in this black plastic, but I could be wrong. It could be this. I'm thinking it's gray, but I'm colorblind, so don't make fun of handicapped people if I got it wrong. Nice silver right here. And then that eye just, let's talk about his articulation. The neck, torso, and head are separate pieces, and there's dumbbells in there at each point, I do believe. Looks down that far. He's got crazy chicken neck. He's got waggle, waggle, waggle. Most of that's in the neck, though, but there is some in the head, too. And he can do the full exorcist. At the shoulder, butterfly joint. Goes back that far, forward that far, and then seems like he only wants to raise the arm up this high. That seems a little low, but I don't know. I can't remember. And then cut here at the upper bicep. And if this piece wasn't in the way, this new shoulder armor piece, it would go a full 360 degrees. Double hinged pinless elbow and it gives you that much bend. Of course, you can play with it a little bit. You might get full like 90-degree bends out of it like that. And then at the wrist, 360 degrees of rotation on an in and out hinge, and in and out hinge on the other hand as well. It's got a hinge for ab crunch there. Allows him to bend back that far, forward that far. No, well, I won't say he doesn't have any hula because he's got a dumbbell joint here at the waist. So he's got some hula. He can twist around 360 degrees. He can lean left and right a little bit. So there is that. This piece is new. These pieces are new. And I want to say these pieces are new. The holster might not be. That might not be either. I don't have one right out here in my face to look at. So drop down joint at the hip, or drop down hinge at the hip. Allows for that much of the splits. Lets him kick forward that far with a little bit of outswing. And back about 4 steps maybe. Cut at the upper thigh. Gives you 360 degrees worth of rotation. Double hinged pinless knee. And gives you that much bend. Then there is a cut at the top of the boot for 360 degree boot cut rotation. At the ankle, tilts down that far, tilts up that far, and forward facing pin for rocker. Now, as far as equipment or accessory storage, pistol does go into the holster, held in place by friction. The chainsaw attachment can plug into either hand. You pull the hand out and plug this in. It stays in there pretty well. Or you can store it in the backpack. Only you can't because the hole, oh wow, I finally got it to stay in there. But it doesn't stay. But the hole is just slightly bigger than the peg. And what is that? Oh, it looks like some paint slop. Awesome. We love paint slop. So anyway, that doesn't work too well. Even the hands don't peg in real well. This one, it stays in pretty well, but you cannot get the saw in either one of those ports. So there's that. It's got this port in his back, peg on the backpack, and it just goes in. As far as chest plates go, you have your selection. You can use that one, and you can put the battle damaged one on. Or you can put the new one on. I actually think with all the extra stuff on him already, I think this one looks the best. Of course, that's my opinion. And then for the gun, the rifle, again, that looks kind of silly. So he pretty much has to hold it to make it not look completely absurd because of the strap. Get in their hips. And there you have it, my friends. A look at the figure and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have a bunch of G.I. Joe Classified Series bats. In the very front, we have the new Arctic bat. Then following that, we have the standard Battle Android Trooper, the Python Patrol Battle Android Trooper, and the Crimson Battle Android Trooper. Here's the G.I. Joe Classified Series Arctic Battle Android Trooper with the Valaverse Action Force Swarm Trooper with Swarm Gear and the Valaverse Action Force Scarab. For our final set of comparisons, here we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series Arctic B.A.T, or Battle Android Trooper, with, from the Marvel Legends series, making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. From the G.I. Joe Classified Series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. From Star Wars The Black Series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for a 7-inch scale comparison from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the G.I. Joe Classified Series Arctic Battle Android Trooper, or BAT, I have to say, overall, I really like the look of this guy. You pull his chest plate off, it's got that nice ice blue in there for the circuitry and stuff. The original sculpt bat head with the polarized face plate looks really cool. The new head sculpt looks really cool too. And as you can see here on the turntable, I do have them, both set up in different ways. One with the rifle and the new head, one with the old head and the chainsaw. Now, one minus about this figure, and it's a pretty big one, is that the chainsaw accessory will not store properly on the backpack without some assistance. And by assistance, I'm going to say I laid like 3 layers of small paper, just loose leaf paper, across the hole where you see the one with the new head, how he's got his stored. Anyway, I laid 3 layers of paper over that hole and then plugged that in, and that seems to be holding for now. But just out of the box, the chainsaw excuse me, the chainsaw would not store like that, and only one of the other backpacks, or one of the other slots, ports, will store the hand properly. And that's a little bit of an issue, and I don't know why the hand, being an original piece and the backpack is an original bat piece, why they won't store properly. And I understand the chainsaw, the post on the chainsaw looks a little bit smaller than the original bat accessories, so although it fits in the arm properly, it just doesn't fit in the backpack properly. Now, I like the new chest piece on this guy. I like the new colors for this guy. I like the new armored pieces for this guy. I mean, it's just a really cool looking dude, or robot rather. And I do really like this, and I think I'm going to keep them like this in the display, where one has the older head with the polarized faceplate and one has the new head, and say they're for different things. Like the one with the new head, he's more of a sniper, and the older one, you know, he's out more like search and destroy, chop them up, cut holes in ice, that kind of stuff. Now, during a look at the figure and the accessories, there is something that I did miss, and it's on the rifle. And no, it's not the silencer. I did eventually remember that by accident. But this piece right here is actually on a hinge, and it pulls down. And then this cart right here, which is, I'm assuming, the ammunition energy charger or whatever. It doesn't really look like it holds ammunition as we would think of it, but it does. It is removable, and that does kind of secure it into place. So there's that. And while we're talking about the gun and, you know, the minuses, I hate this strap. I do not like it. It gets in the way. It doesn't work properly at all. Why they decided to do it this way, I do not know. I really wish they wouldn't have. I wish that it would have just been, you know, if they were going to do a strap like that, just not make it all whippy. You know, like it's more, not necessarily laying flat, but hanging properly. But I don't know. Maybe the Shadow knows. Who knows besides him? But, you know, other than that, other than those few flaws, you know, this is a fine figure. It's a good addition to the line, and, you know, I really like the colors, but I don't want to see a million repaints of bats. And it seems like that's where we're getting. We've gotten the standard, the Python Patrol, the Crimson, and now the Arctic, and maybe one more repaint on this guy, and that would be the Jungle Bat, who would also come with the chainsaw arm, possibly even a machete arm, a machete. Well, that, my friends, does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews or just help the channel out further, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.